lot of dust today. That's going to be the theme of the day. Eating dust. It is so dry. I'm going to do a little experiment here, guys. I'm going to ride a little bit harder, a little faster. It's funny, at times, you know, that feels more secure to me. But at other times, it makes me nervous. But I do understand the concept in theory. I understand it in my mind. Getting my body to accept it as I'm riding has been the trick. But I understand in theory the concept of the bike will track largely straight, you know, float on top of the bike, let it do its thing, you know, and it'll pull through most things. This thing's got the suspension to handle most anything I'm going to encounter on this trail. So while I understand that, feeling it, feeling that confidence, that's the hard part for me. Well, I wonder what this footage looks like on the camera. I'm having a hard time seeing with my eyeballs. Shade, sun, it's fairly dark in the shade, and then all this dust doesn't help. In fact, I gotta remember to dust you guys off once in a while. Like this. Whoop. Not really used to having to do that. Now, I do have to admit, though, that even though we've gone down things that I wouldn't have gone down if I was by myself, really testing my confidence. I enjoy riding with other people. It's just more fun to have folks with you. I'm not a people person. I'm a pretty hardcore introvert. So I don't crave company. I don't crave being around people a lot. Well, one or two guys like this with you, I enjoy. It's fun. Makes the ride more fun, give you somebody to chat to when you take breaks. Wow, what a pretty spot. Popped out here out in the open. Got a view. Ooh. Can't really afford to look at the view because I gotta keep track of where I'm going, but man, it's pretty. I believe Ferret Face has gotten out in front of me quite a bit. I'm not seeing the lingering dust cloud so much. I'm sure he's slowed down a little bit too. This is pretty steep off to the right here. You go down that, it'd be almost impossible for even the three of us to get a bike up out of there. This has been one of my slowest days for quite a while, at least ever since I put the 13-tooth front sprocket on this thing. Because with the shorter gearing, I spend most of my time on these types of trails in second gear, but I've been in first gear for the last, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. Utilizing the engine braking right now, going down the hill here. Some of these corners have just been tight enough that I'm not carrying the speed to justify second gear. I just hope I'm not holding Ford up too much in the back. Got my mirror folded down so I can't see him without stopping and turning around. But I have good confidence he's okay. There's another open spot. Let's see if I can show you this valley a little bit. It's gorgeous. Ferret Face is going off down the trail trying to push his bike. The bump started and he's mumbling to himself. I'm pretty sure he's making a video too, but from our perspective back here, watching him trundle down the trail talking constantly out loud when we can't really hear him, it's pretty funny. Sometimes when I'm doing this and I know I need more momentum, I feel like quoting Jeremy Clarkson of Top Gear fame. Now he's on, I think Grand Tour is what it's called on Amazon Prime. For those of you who know who he is, you'll know what I'm doing here. More speed! That's what I have to tell myself sometimes when I have a hill climb like that one. Gotta get more speed. Momentum is your friend, to quote my friend. So I'm gonna ask you guys a favor here. This is not something I'm gonna do very often. Here's my favor and my question. If you guys would let me know in a comment what sort of video you'd like to see from me. And what I mean by that is, do you want to see short videos and not so much talking, you know? Are you more interested in like an 8 to 10 minute video? Or would you rather I stay with kind of what I've been doing in that 20-minute range? What is more interesting to watch? Now my channel analytics tell me that most folks don't watch my videos past about 7 minutes. Which, you know, from a creator standpoint, it kind of bums you out a little bit, because you're like, oh, they didn't like my video enough to watch the whole thing. But I also understand it, you know. I watch YouTube videos as well. And if I'm not enjoying everything that I'm seeing, I don't watch the whole thing either. So I would like a little feedback from you guys who do watch these. Kind of what do you want them to look like? Do you want them to be short, 8 to 10 minutes? Or would you like them to be longer, in that 20-minute range? I heard Ford rev his engine pretty hard back there. And my first thought is he was blipping over a whoop. But now I'm starting to be suspicious that maybe he fell. So I'm backtracking to see if I can get back to him and find him.
I don't know how this happened.
You know, I heard your engine go, like I heard you rev it, but I thought you were just blipping over something. I kind of wondered about that after I got further up ahead. I thought, you know, sometimes that makes a sound like that when you're about ready to go down too. Yeah, how can I help you? Where do you want me? Are you hurt? Okay.
Yeah, it hurts a little, but it's not like.
You want me to grab that? you figure out your arm first. Here, let me see. Is it in gear?
I think it is in gear.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just trying to turn it. And then we can. Uh-oh. Yeah, at first I thought, oh wow, he's hitting those jumps. That's good. Then I got a little further and I'm like, So Ford went down. I'd heard his engine revving briefly. When I first heard it, I thought, oh, you know, he's just blipping off a whoop or something. But for most of the ride today, I've been able to hear him behind me, hear his engine. But after that big rev, I kept going on, and then it dawned on me after a minute or two that I couldn't hear his engine anymore. So I decided I'd better go back and see if he's okay, and sure enough, he'd gone down. And I think he's okay. Kind of dinged up his ankle a little bit. Probably scratched it up. He thinks he might be bleeding a smidge, but he's walking around on it and doing okay. But that's one of the things I really like about having other people out with me, is if I'm the one who went down, I know that Ferret Face and Ford would come looking for me. So I like that. And it made me feel good knowing that I could backtrack and help him out, even though he was okay and he had his bike upright again by the time I got back to him. So Ford seems okay. That's good. Hopefully no lingering problems for him, but he was walking around on his ankle and everything pretty good, so I think he'll be alright. Says he hit pretty hard, even hit hard enough on the ground that he hit his head, so that's not fun. Nobody enjoys that.